Hey, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome to this week's edition of Edmonton's Illinois Fact, Fiction, and Fuzzy. Today, we are really excited to have Amber Heffner with us from IDEA, Illinois Digital Educators Alliance. If you want to follow on Twitter, that's at IDEA Illinois and at Amber_Heffner. Two great follows on Twitter. So Amber comes to us with a high school digital tech background and as like I said, the executive director of IDEA. So welcome, Amber.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Jason. Thanks so much. Happy to be here. Excited to join the Edmonton team today.
We are excited to have you, and just to kick it off today, Friday Fact, Fiction, and Fuzzy. What is a fact that you can share with us about your experience across the state right
now? So a fact that I'd like to share is that this year has been a year that I see educators being in a unique position of everyone being on a similar playing field. And what I mean by that is that every educator this year became a first-year educator again. And I think that has been a very unique experience for long-term educators to be, as well as first-year educators, with being able to really learn and grow together in a way that has never been done before. In our work with educators, we're hearing that this has clearly been an exhausting year. Educators are just, in general, overwhelmed. But at the same time, it's been the hardest year of teaching, instructing, leading that they've ever had. But I think it's brought the community together in a way that nothing else could have done before. And so no matter what, they're growing and learning together for the betterment of students. And I think that passion of really being focused on the togetherness to benefit students has been something that's been really exciting.
It's everybody's first pandemic, right? And it's like you said. I love that the great things that while everybody's on the same playing field, we've been able to build off each other's strengths. What would be a fiction, something that hasn't been true during this time?
So I know as executive director of Illinois Digital Educators Alliance, you'd think I'd be able to answer that question from a technology perspective. But I think I'm going to actually answer that question from a social emotional learning perspective, in that as educators, we want to be superheroes and we want to do it all. And we believe that we can do it all. And because of that, it sometimes puts us in a place of struggling a little bit with admitting that we cannot always do it all and accepting that. So I think for me, the fiction has been for us as educators to realize that we can't do it all. And that's okay. It's okay that we need to take a pause and focus on our own social emotional state and address that so that we can continue to be what is best for students. So I think that realization and that understanding about ourselves as individuals and taking care of ourselves as individual educators really does have to be a priority so that we can be the best for those that we serve.
A lot of emphasis, Amber, on grace for students and families. And I think that it's always important to do the same thing for ourselves, look in the mirror and to provide grace for ourselves. Great point, Amber. Last one, how about a fuzzy? Could be something that made you proud or happy recently. Could also maybe be something that's still gray, something that's still fuzzy out there. Not that there's anything that's fuzzy out there these days.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, so much fuzziness, right? So I think I'll use this opportunity, just because it is fresh on my mind. We just recently hosted our annual conference, IDEAcon, in February, and clearly it was completely virtual. So I think the shout out I'd like to give, the proud moment, is my staff and the IDEAcon conference committee, who, again, as I mentioned earlier in my fact, educators are doing more, who are first year educators again, no matter how long they've been in education. And our IDEAcon conference committee came together. They're all volunteers. So they're out there in the trenches doing the work, working harder than they ever had in education. And yet at the same time, they're able to dedicate time to us so that we could create this amazing virtual experience for our attendees. So I'd love the opportunity to give the shout out to our IDEAcon conference committee. They were incredible, and they put things together that really made people feel engaged and feel that they were coming together, as much as possible, even though it was virtual. And so thank you for giving me the opportunity to give that shout out. And what kind of makes that fuzzy, though, at the same time, is what does the future look like? Obviously for us as an organization, what does our future conferences look like? How is that going to, what's going to be impacted that way? But I think that broader picture, in working in education, is what is education going to look like next year? Yes, maybe we get to have everyone back in the same building again, but what impacts from what has happened and what we have learned, the strengths and weaknesses of virtual learning? How does that impact what we do moving forward? And are we going to use this as a launching moment to continue growth in education? Hopefully we're not taking steps back. We take what we've learned, we've taken what we were forced to do, and we make something better moving forward.
Keep the good. That's really been a theme, Amber, with some of our most recent editions of this, is that keep the good, keep the things that we tried, that were very effective and that really worked well for kids, landed well, and then incorporate those into what this next normal is going to be, starting in the fall. Love that, Amber, and kudos to you and your IDEA team for putting on the conference this year, and we're very much looking forward to hopefully getting together with you guys in person for the conference next year. So we'll keep everybody keep their fingers crossed on that.
Yes, definitely fingers crossed. February 14th through the 18th, 2022, Renaissance in Schaumburg. Yes, we are going to make it happen.
Excellent, Amber. She is Amber Heffner. She is the Executive Director of the Illinois Digital Educators Alliance for the state of Illinois. If you don't already, please follow her on Twitter. Please follow IDEA on Twitter. Take a look at the IDEA website if you're not already a member or not already affiliated with that organization. Lots of great ideas that are always exchanged there in regards to helping each other be better educators. So definitely want to put a plug in for that. Amber, we're very, very thankful to you for joining us here today, and we wish you nothing but the best moving forward. Stay well.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Jason.